Before we get started here, I want to remind everyone to please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination. Damn it. I am a grown-ass man. Hey everybody, welcome to our first night of the 2025 Toy Guns for Tots. We're doing a special America Guns and Freedom podcast tonight. In fact, tonight, every dime we make from the podcast will go to Toy Guns for Tots 2025. This is the first day of it. By tomorrow, I should have stuff on my website where you can donate through there. And also where you can get entries into the drawings we're going to be doing. And I should have some more information on that. I should also have the stuff up on my Shopify page where you can actually buy merchandise and get entries into the drawings and stuff through that while donating to Toy Guns for Tots 2025. I'm optimistic that we're going to do good this year, but I can't count on it because, things are bad for people right now. People don't got a lot of extra money, but we're going to try. We're going to do the best we can. Even if we don't end up, every year it's grown. Every year we've done it, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, just by a little bit every year. We started off, we filled the backs of like a couple of our cars with the stuff, the back end of the Prius and my Jeep were stuffed with stuff. And then the next year it was the cars were stuffed even more. No, the first year was just my Jeep. And then the next year was like my Jeep and the Prius. Then the next year we had to rent a van. And then the next year after that, we had to rent one of those little 1-bedroom apartment trailers. And then we had to get a bigger one. So bigger U-Haul. So been doing pretty good every year. And hopefully this year will be even bigger than last. Of course, we'd have to raise way more money to be able to buy as much stuff because things are going up in price. But hopefully we'll do well despite how the economy is right now, which is shitty, which some people love to seem to ignore because they don't want to admit that maybe things aren't going the way that they should, but it's shitty out there right now. Gas is so expensive, food's so expensive. And although demand and everything else is going down for homes, prices aren't going down. So, and even though oil's going down, gas ain't going down. So I don't know what's going on. But welcome, like I said, to our first chat for this. We normally would do no FUD zone tonight since it's Saturday, but we're going to do no FUD zone tomorrow for anybody who's looking for that. So tune in for that tomorrow. Remember, tonight is the last night. If you're watching this live, you can go over and buy merch still and get entries into the double super secret Henry Mare's Leg giveaway, the 410 Axe Mare's Leg. You have to go over and buy a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, or a hoodie to get one entry. Buy 2 of them, get 3 entries. Buy 3 of them, get 7 entries. Or you can do the same thing with a combination of 2 other items, mugs, hats, and car magnets. If you buy any 2, you get 1 entry. Any 4, you get 3 entries. Any 6, you get 7 entries. So if you want to get entries into that, the drawing will be on the 5th, along with the silver bullet drawing, etc. Last night, you can get entries into those. We will be doing a drawing at the end of the night hopefully for the knife drawings from last night, because I need to know what the person from the night before chose before I can do the next one, because I got to kind of figure out which one he took. Did he ever respond back? He did not respond back. So if you're out there, Abadhili, let me know. Let me know. But let's go ahead and jump into the questions tonight. Remember, if you donate tonight through Patreon or subscribes to PayPal or YouTube, whichever one you choose to use, it is all going to Toy Guns for Tots tonight. And if you donate 20, you'll get your entries into the drawings, even though we don't have it set yet what the drawings are going to be. I've got a couple of things set up I want to do. Like I want to do one of the, how like we're doing the Bond Arms Derringers with the Handguns for Heroes logo on it. I want to do one with a Toy Guns for Tots theme that we give away to like the person who donates the most. And then we'll do, random drawings for other prizes. I've got a gun that we might give away. I'm trying to think about it, if it should give it away yet or not. It's kind of a rare and unique gun now. I don't know how desirable it is, but it's rare and unique, and it was expensive. So but they gave me another one when they went out of business. So I've been saving it for a special occasion. All right, let's get started on the questions. People that are making the donations and stuff over here, let's see if they're saying anything or asking anything while we do it. The first person to donate, the very first person to donate and get an entry into the drawings this year for Toy Guns for Tots is Joe Pearson. And he said, what caliber are we getting kids this year? I wouldn't do too much more than 380, maybe stretch it a bit at 9mm. Some of the kids might want to be able to handle anything more. Well, you notice it says Toy Guns for Tots. It's all toy guns. I would never consider giving children real guns. We are responsible here on this channel. Very, very, very responsible. Let's go. Put down 5 for me and 5 for Raymond, hopefully employed soon. And remember, everybody, don't be giving money when you can't afford it. I go to great efforts to shame the people that can't afford it, but just don't, because they're lazy, cheap bastards. Don't want people who can't afford it to donate. I'd rather you take care of yourselves and your families. We will be just fine. It doesn't really matter if we end up doing the stuff we're doing or not. So make sure you're capable of giving before you give. This is not televangelism here. I'm not looking to get something for nothing, or, just something from people who got nothing. Like that preacher that was shaming the woman because she gave less than they were telling everyone, you need to give $2,000 to the church so we can do something and each. And she gave like $1,300 and they shamed her because that's all she could afford. Fuck them. And then I saw Tyler Perry gave the church like $100,000. Fuck Tyler Perry. Why would you give that church $100,000 for shaming the woman? Fuck him. Fuck that church. Fuck all of them with a goddamn splintery broomstick. So fuck all of them. That was a tangent. Let's get back to the questions and the comments. Remember, ask some gun questions tonight. I would love to answer some gun questions. Phil needs beer money. Come on, you bastards. Hit the hip and pay up. Hit the hip and pay up. Nobody gets entertainment like this for free. Who's your king? That's why. Well, you can. You can get entertainment just like this for free. Especially if you live in a city, just go downtown and watch homeless people scream at people, everyone that passes by. It's basically the same thing. But he paid his $2 tithe to Phil. Randall Smith did. Salvatore Verga says, this is for the children. Yes, everything coming in tonight is going to be for Toy Guns for Tots. That's not the case every night for Super Chats because we still got to run our other programs. But the first night I'm doing it mainly because I don't got everything else ready yet. I tried last night to get everything set up. Got almost done, realized I'd made a fucking mistake in the design and had to go back and start over again. So that was fun. Officer Tater Hater paid his $2 tithe to Phil. Everybody pay your $2 tithe to Phil, you cheap bastards. I sent more emails. I saw more blue privilege. Like that one, like, you ever see a drunk cop mutilate himself? Yeah, a dozen times. The more pro-po who need that alone. Okay, we'll get away from that. Jay Lugo chimed in. In your experience, what gun was a big what the fuck when the manufacturer released it and hyped it as the next best thing? For me, it was the Kimber Spurless, but the Texas edition is nice. What's the Kimber Spurless? I mean, the double action only? That one did kind of bother me. Even though it's an amazing gun and it's super high quality, they advertised that gun to like, we're going to revolutionize the handgun, revolver, small revolver market. It's going to be the next best thing. And it came out and it's double action only. And I'm like, there's not a lot of revolver people who want double action only. That's a misconception. We appreciate revolver people appreciate that single action cocked hammer pull. So we don't want that. Most of us aren't carrying in our pockets and worrying about, oh, fabric from our coat's going to get between the hammer and the fire. No, we don't carry that way. We don't worry about that shit. We don't worry about, oh, the hammer's going to hang up when I draw it. No, because we know how to draw our guns. So we're not worried about that. It was obviously designed by fucking committee, and it showed. And they very quickly came out with a hammered version, because when it came to like revolver people, like, the people that are online that are revolver people, they were all like, what the fuck? Nobody wants it. And it didn't sell well at first. That's why they came out with the hammer version. So that was a perfect example of them, a bunch of hype for fucking next to nothing. But luckily they came out with a hammered version later. But there's all kinds of like the Springfield Armory Saint. Oh my God, they acted like they were revolutionizing the rifle world, and they just put out another AR. Just another AR. Where was we at? I forget what we're doing. Where were we? Was that Jay Lugo or was that Christian Carlson? Okay, here we are. Now Christian Carlson. That was Jay Lugo. How about merch that says he can't be a man because he doesn't carry the same hollow points as what? I don't know what that was referring to. He can't be a man because I don't know what that's referring to. Sean Bain also chimed in here and said, Foe the Tots started carrying in a sling under the shoulder bag, working better for me with the right use in my hips. I think Sean Bain has started carrying in an over the shoulder bag, which I like those bags. And I would love to find one that's the right size for me, just big enough to put a gun in and maybe your card case for your credit cards and stuff. But I don't want a big one. I don't want it to be like a little backpack sitting on my side. I want it small, dainty, petite, even. Suddenly I'm snagglepuss. But that's nice. Nice to work out for you. You can always, as we get older, we got to make changes to how we carry. Caden's having to carry in his backpack because he went up on the train and he can't take his gun to his concert he's going to. So he carried normally, but when he got on the train, he was nervous. So he put it in his backpack. He's got a holster mounted in his backpack. He put it in so that in case he got noticed. I'm like, you're not going to notice. I ride that train up to Seattle all the time. They've never, ever once even noticed. And I carry not even very concealed when I get on there. You can clearly tell I'm carrying a gun and I ain't never once had a problem. Not once. That was Sean Bain. Then we got Zachary McDonald made a big donation. Did he say anything? I don't think he said anything. Oh, no, he said something up here. Welcome to the world of CNC. Instantly breaking a $3 tool bit because you forgot to touch off properly. Yeah, luckily it was only a $25 bit, but still. Broke it right off the fucking bat. Toy Guns for Tots got the Le Pew Pew hoodies. Do the magnets ship separate? Yes, they all ship separately. Also, how do magnets work? Well, you hold them against metal and they stick. It's magic. It is magic. You have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. You have to believe we are magic. You know how it goes. But yeah, I got it down. I got it down to the right height, but then I'm like, oh, I got to back it up a little bit. I backed it up, and instead of having it on 0.1 to where it was moving like 0.1 millimeter with each little click, I accidentally hit 10, and I hit it, and it went over and hit the brace that holds the grip down and just snap. Motherfucker. I was like, God damn it. But it's nice being able to do this. It's fun being able to have the little machine. I will tell you, I'm glad I finally started using it for stuff because it, makes a difference. Makes it where you can do stuff you wouldn't normally be able to do, like the Toy Guns for Tot stuff with the laser engraver. Now, I did have to go get a, is it a 10-watt laser I went and got? I had a 2 or something. What did I have? And what did I get? Let me look real quick so I can remember. Orders. Go on, go to my orders. Orders. Go on, orders. Fuck, page, do something. Laser. What did I just get? Yes, I got a 40-watt laser. That's what I got. I had a 2, I got a 10, now I have a 40. And I haven't used the 40 yet, and I'm a little bit afraid because there's a lot of stuff they say you got to do before you can actually use it. Like make sure you're got on special eye protect, which I do anyway. And it came with an air assist thing. I don't know what that is. So I got to do a little checking into it before I actually use it. Because yeah. Where was I? I got distracted talking about the CNC stuff, and I've lost my page. That was Zachary McDonald. And then we got Toby Pearson also chimed in with a sizable donation here and said, TYMP, although it's not going to TYMP, it's going to Toy Guns for Tots. We're starting that. How many years now have we been doing Toy Guns for Tots? What was the first year? Is this 6 or 7 or 5? Or how many years is this? It's been a lot, I know. Well, a lot for us, Then we got a huge donation from Clinton Barella. Was he dying? Why is he giving away all his stuff or something? I like my Glocks, but I'm not a Glocktard. What would you consider a well-rounded gun collection? This fundraiser is near and dear to my heart. I'm glad to do my part to make it a success. Well, if you really want to make a success, you should come help me do the shopping. That's the hard part. It's time consuming and taxing. It makes me tired. I'm old. And pushing the carts back and filling them and taking them back up to the front and pushing them back and filling them and taking them back up to. And way we do it is we set all the carts up front and then we check out all at once. But we end up filling a bunch of. Well, you all have seen the videos. You see how we do it. You know how we do it. This is how we do it. But I'm glad you like this fundraiser, and it shows in what it donated. Like I said, we're having a bigger day than I thought we would have week, actually. Usually you usually start off really strong, and then it fades out. And then you get a little more of a fluster at the end. So I'm glad to see we're doing way better than I thought we would today. I'll say that. Just from Clinton Barella and Zachary McDonald and Toby Pearson and everybody else, Christian Carlson and Sean Bain and all those, Jeff Patterson up here. Philip Gonzalez. I wonder if his nickname is Speedy. I bet his wife calls him Speedy. Or all of his ex-girlfriends. Hopefully we can make this a little better for a few more children. Yes, this year I think there's going to be more children in need than usual. Because times are so bad right now. I think there's going to be a lot of kids in need of Christmas presents this year. And we're going to help with all the toy guns that we can muster. Mostly Nerf and laser tags and stuff like that and sci-fi toys, but we'll get as many as we can. We do end up getting some crossbows and stuff like that too. Some bows and arrows because, eventually we run out of toys usually. You've seen the last few times we have cleared out their toy sections. So got to get there and get shopping as fast as possible this year because every year, oh God, I got to get it set up. I got to make sure it's set up. I need to call about that. For the Snot Tots, sign closing on new place Friday. Woohoo! That's always fun. Mikey D. This month's going to be here and there, really busy next few weeks at least. Well, you can still make time for the chat. Ain't nothing else that important. I don't want to hear excuses. I'm here every fucking day. You think I'm not busy? Well, I'm not very busy, but you don't think I could think of other things to do? I probably really couldn't, but you should be showing up. That's my point. I'm getting off my point there. You get it while I got it. We got a nice donation from Jeff Patterson. Remember, people, don't give more than you can afford. It doesn't do us any good to help kids if we're making everybody else suffer. If everybody just did what they can afford, we'd do so well. And nobody would have to go overboard. Although I like it when some people give a lot because they can afford it, and I'm glad they did it. But I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to be like, well, I didn't pay my power bill because I donated to the Toy Guns for Tots. That's not what we want. This is not, like I said, it's not televangelism. I'm not telling you that you got to give till it hurts if you want to get a reward. But I did hear from Phil the other day that if I don't make this year bigger than last year for Toy Guns for Tots, he might have me called home. Remember, who was it did that? Was that Pat Robertson that did that? Oh, if I don't make $3 million to buy me a new private jet, Jesus is going to call me home. I'm going to die. Who was it did that? I forget which one of them did that. One of them did it. I forget which one. And John Heasley paid his tithe and chimed in, says, since you won't do that for me, I'm taking all my money from everything I donated and stop watching you because you're mean to me, LMFAO. Hey, you should have planned better. But what have you done for me lately? That's what I always say. What have you done for me lately? That's kind of like my kids. Oh, Caden, when he was little, Zyler was always grateful for anything you gave him. He hardly ever even asked for anything. You had to squeeze out of him what he wanted, especially you take him clothes shopping. He was never used to getting anything, so he wasn't used to being able to get what he wants. Caden, however, if Caden asked you for 10 things, if he right now said, I want these 10 things, and you give him 9 of them and you say, you don't need everything, he'll focus on the one he didn't get. You didn't give me when he was like 6 years old. If you didn't get him everything he asked for. He was a little bitch when he was little. A little pouty bitch. Little kids like their toys. Now, he didn't ask for big stuff. He asked for a bunch of little trinkets at the store. And I'd be like, I'm not getting you all this. I don't want all this underfoot at home. I never get him Legos. He was never that into them, but other people would get them for him and I'd put them away. He usually didn't notice that I took them away because I don't want Legos everywhere. And that's all that happens with them. You just end up with Legos everywhere, stepping on them. They're in all the cracks around the carpeting and in the baseboards and in the heater ducts and everything. I don't want fucking Legos everywhere. I hate fucking Legos. So that's one thing I did deny my children, Legos. Not Legolas, Legos. Let's go over here. We got some member chats and stuff coming in over here. That was it for the donations for Toy Guns for Tots tonight. I want to thank everybody who donated. Made it a very good night, actually. Let's get over here. Lead on Steel said hello. Used his 1-month member chat. So hello. Andrew Avila says, are you going to 2025 the TF t-shirts? He means the Toy Guns for Tots shirt. And yes, we will have 2025 versions of everything and a new design. Are you going to do another piece giveaway for the Toy Guns for Tots this time? Yes, we haven't decided what yet. I'm going to do one of the Bond revolvers that we engrave with the Toy Guns for Tots stuff and say 2025 top donor. That's going to go to the top donor. And then we might do another one that says something else, like special donor or something. Like someone who goes to extra trouble, try to spread the word and, do this other stuff. And then we're going to do a main prize giveaway I haven't decided what the main prize giveaway is. I do have the 25th anniversary car K9 I can give away. That's kind of a unique gun. Also, I have another gun that got given to me that is, unique that I could give away. It's not a cheap gun. Whether I think it would be appropriate for this or not, I don't know, but I can give it away. I've been saving it for a special occasion, although I don't really know if it's desirable enough that it will generate any interest, but we'll see. I'll put a post up on my Patreon page for patrons only that they can, and Subscribestar, that for patrons and Subscribestar members only, see what they think. Oh, wait a second. He said something else too. What are your thoughts on the FNS9C? Shop has it for $319. Too low, Phil? Well, how can it be too low? I mean, if you got a decent gun, they lower the price. It's still a decent gun, so they can go as low as they want with it. But yeah, the FN guns are fine, especially for a good price. FN's a good manufacturer as far as I'm concerned. But what do I know? Daniel Mann chimed in and said, had a safe mishap, opened the door and the top shelf fell, dropped a GP100 right onto the most valuable shotgun, chipped the stock pretty good. Oh, oof. At least it did do damage to metal. The stock's easier to replace and refinish. So I guess just be glad it wasn't done to metal. I did the same thing. I opened the safe and one of the little things gave way on the thing, boop, and a Ruger Super Blackhawk fell out and landed on my toe and killed my toenail, and it fell off. So got to watch out for them damn Rugers. They're meaner than shit. Killed my damn toenail. Let's get over to the PayPal. Or no, not the PayPal. We already did that. Emails. I got to check the emails tonight. Juicy Rodriguez sent us a question via email. Said, if choosing between a Walther PPK 22 or Beretta Bobcat 22, which would you choose and why? If I'm not mistaken, doesn't the Beretta Walther PPK 22, not the old THP or whatever it was, you're talking the PPK 22. If it's like the THP or the TPH or whatever it was, I forget. Those I'd get that. Those are awesome. I had a chance to buy one of those for like $300 once, and I didn't, and I regret it. But the Walther one, I think it has an aluminum slide, doesn't it? I'm not too keen on that, so I would say go with the Beretta Bobcat. Plus, I've shot both, and I actually had fun shooting the Beretta Bobcat. I know it's got a metal slide, and it was actually fun to shoot. And pretty soon, Edgar Cortez hopefully will be able to verify that because he's got it now. He won it. Mo G said, what are your thoughts on the Taurus TH10? I have not owned one or even shot one, but I have bought two for people who have one for the friend drawing person and one for a TYMP person who couldn't have the gun we were given. Did you get to see one in person or shoot one since you did that video on it a year ago? No. I'd be interested in getting one if they come out with a Toro model that has a single side mag release, not a fan of ambient mag release. Oh, I don't mind ambient mag releases, but what if you ever have to shoot with your weak hand? You're going to want that ambient mag release. But no, I've never got a chance to see one yet. Like I say, I've bought a couple, but they shipped directly to the people, not to me. Haven't heard any complaints. But to be honest, I hardly ever hear from anybody after they win. Most people never hear from them again after they win. So it's unusual people do contact me back afterwards. A Nominal Snowman says, have you seen the price of Supras now? Yes, it's outrageous. I had one ordered. I bought one. I think I paid $57 for it. And that's when you paid full MSRP. And then they pulled a scam on me. I found out later. I'll never go back to that Toyota dealership. That I ordered the car from them, ordered it special, so I only had to pay MSRP, no dealer markup. That's when they were marking things up like 10 grand. So I ordered it, waited for it to come in. It was coming in. It got to the dock here, and then it says pulled for inventory control. And they told me, it was probably damaged, and that's why they had to pull it. It got damaged in shipping. And I was like, well, I don't want to wait for it again. Just give me my money back. They gave me my money back. I went to and bought a Mustang instead. And found out later that the one who pulled it was the dealership, and they pulled it and then put it on their lot so that they could resell it at a $10,000 markup. So when I saw it on their lot, I was so close to suing them. So close to suing them. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Guess since the i6 is going away, people are price gouging now, like with scars and pre-V-gen locks. Yeah, I can't imagine people are successful with the Glock thing, though. Would anybody pay that for a Glock? Is anybody that stupid, really? Are any of them selling? I wouldn't pay $78,000 for a little two-seat BMW either. I'd just get a BMW. I'd get a Z4. A nominal snowman also said, I know you crap on the Glock tards. I've noticed the most obnoxious gun guys are the HK and Keltec crowd. Honorable mention to the FN gang. What would be the worst gun crowd aside from the Glock Philistines? Oh, other than the Glock Philistines, the worst? The custom 1911 guys, I'd say. The ones that always got to one-up somebody. The ones that like to smoke their cigars and drink their cognac and shoot their custom 1911s and talk bad about everybody else's guns. Those, I don't like them at all. Don't like that at all. Where am I? I think that was all the emails. Let me see. Did any more come in while we were here? Bobby, did you extend the entry period on the DSS if people bought certain merch items? Are you still taking entries that way? Someone has asked me because they think you just said something like that on live stream. I did. I said that from the 27th to the end of the month, any orders placed, if you ordered a t-shirt, sweatshirt, or a hoodie, you would get an entry into the double super secret. And I said that was, since I announced the last day of it yesterday, I said it would extend through the chat today. So that's the only way you can get an entry right now is if you go over and buy merch, which reminds me, I never read the names of the people who bought merch today. Let me go do that so that I can push them through. Where is it? I can't find my Printify page. Where is my Printify page? Why can't I not find it? Let's Shopify. Let's see, can I find it? There we go. I had to reload it. I think I must have accidentally closed it. Let me go to orders. We got 3 people as of right now. I don't know if it's almost time to end the chat now, so I doubt we'll get any more. So I'll just go ahead and read them. Michael Means placed an order, and he got, I support the right to arm bears tee, so he got an entry into the double super secret drawing. Marcus Day, he got 2 shirts. So where's the Kaboom and the Godzilla political reform shirt? So he got 3 entries into the double super secret drawing. And then Stephen Dalton bought 2 Save the 40s shirts. So I got to put him on the Save the 40s list too. Make sure he's not on it already. Wait, is he already on it? He's already on it. So why is he buying new Save the 40s shirts? But he got 2 of them, so he gets 3 entries into the double super secret drawing. So congratulations to the people who bought merch today. If you want to help support the channel, go on over to my website, TYMPpistolproject.com. Going over there, there's a link in the upper corner, so you don't got to listen to me. Go on over there. You can donate to, hopefully by the time I put this up tomorrow, you'll be able to donate to Toy Guns for Tots. You'll be able to register for TYMP. You'll be able to nominate someone for Handguns for Heroes. You'll have a link to my Shopify store where you can buy merchandise, all kinds of stuff. So go on over and help support the channel. But that's it. Let me get back over here. We got another question coming in. Did someone just place another order? Hold on. Might have another order to read here. Yep, Corey Long chimed in here and got him some stuff. What did he get? We got 4 shirts. No, 5 shirts. So he got, how many entries is that? That would be, for the first 3 would be 7. And then 2 more would be 3 more. So he got 10 entries into the double super secret drawing. So thanks to him. That was Corey Long. What did he get? He got the Glock Perfection, the first American flag, the Varmint What Shot My Paw. That one's got little Django as a puppy on it. It's Django dressed as a cowboy saying, "I'm looking for the man what shot my paw." He's got a Band-Aid on his paw. That did not sell well. Very specific. Ghost Guns Are Real and Effenstein. Well, you think you'd have bought those earlier. That would have been good for Halloween to wear. But you can buy them whenever. I'm happy. Some people like spooky shirts all year long, so I'm okay with that. Let me get back to the super chats real quick here. We got another one coming in. I think I saw. Yeah, it was Joe Pearson chiming in again. What did he forget to say the first time? What do I get for being the inaugural donor of 2025? You get the very first entry. So if when we do the drawing, like let's say the drawing is between 1 and let's just say 500. That's optimistic to think we'll have 500 people donate, but let's see, how much would that be? 500 by 20, that'd be $10,000. We ain't making $10,000, but let's just say we did. Let's say we made $10,000 and there were 500 entries, and the number comes up as 1. Well, you're gonna know you won because you were the first one. Nominal Snowman chimed in and said, forgot about the boutique 1911 crowd. Might throw in another 100 to Toy Guns for Tots, depending on how much my wages my company steals. I volunteer to help you know what day you're going shopping. I have a Honda CRV with no rear seats. Well, I'll have a moving truck rented. I always rent a moving truck. That's not a problem. And I usually have a lot of helpers. I usually don't have to get in it because I usually get my sons. My sister sometimes helps. My mom sometimes is here and helps. My son's friends help sometimes. So we're usually tripping over each other. The hard part's getting checked out. It's getting the store to cooperate and get things done is the hard part, I would say. But is that it? Are we done? Let's get over. I don't think we even got to the live chat yet, but that's it for emails. That's it for super chats. Let's go over and see if we got a few minutes to answer some questions coming in to the chat. Toenail is replaceable. At least you didn't damage the Ruger. Well, I didn't damage the Ruger because when it was falling, I stuck my foot out under it. And that's how I got my toe hurt, but it was worth it. When I was 9 or 10, I got a BB pellet air rifle that looked like an M16, probably my favorite Christmas present as a kid. I just got a little Daisy pump pellet and BB gun. You know, you can put pellets or BBs in it. That's what me and my brothers all got that year. The 2 that live with me. Me, Brian, and Bobby, we only got 1 toy for Christmas. The rest was socks and underwear and maybe a shirt, coat. But we got a pump BB gun, not a nice, just a cheap pump BB gun, toy BB gun. And my sister got a ring, an amethyst ring with her birthstone in it. But that's what we got for Christmas that year. And those were fucking awesome. We loved those things. We shot each other with those so much. 6, I think, said John Heasley. Thinks this is our 6th year. If they use the splintery broomstick enough, it's no longer splintery. Well, you keep getting new broomsticks. So Yankee got a Sky pistol. No, it's not a Sky. It's not a Sky pistol. It's a more expensive gun. Like I said, I'll put something on on my Patreon and Subscribe Start tonight, and we'll see what y'all think. If Bond Arms did a 38 Super Derringer, I think we'd raise at least $50. I don't know if we'd raise $50 for that. Maybe if people didn't have to have it. Andrew Avila says toys for tots, sir. I think he was telling me what TFT means. It's toy guns for tots, not toys for tots. That's something else. That's not us. Didn't you whore all of us to be your accountants? We get 0.00001 cents a year. I'm not giving that much money to people. I think I'm made of 0.00001 cent pieces. Reduced air traffic controllers means canceled flights. Visiting werewolves may be here longer than expected. See, that's true too. People need to think of these things. I see. Damn that Trump. Not only is he tanking the economy, he's going to be the reason more people get eaten by werewolves. I hope his piss bag explodes. And no, don't argue with me. He's very clearly wearing a lead catheter. You can see it when he walks very plainly. Probably because of that stroke he had. If I had to guess, it's because of the stroke. Because he obviously had a stroke when he went in and got his MRI and all that stuff, and he had a stroke. He didn't have Bell's palsy. He had a stroke, which is not surprising. He eats like shit and doesn't exercise, and he's fat and old. I know all the AI pictures of him online look like he's some sort of stud, but that's AI. It's like Elon Musk. All the pictures he posts of himself on there are AI because he really looks like a little troll, a little fat troll. Since you're carrying 9mm now, are you going to appendix carry now too? No. I wish they made that gun in a 40, but I had to carry the 9. Lots of stupid people out last night, pitch blackout, parents and kids in dark clothes without any light. Well, that's Halloween. You got to be prepared for it. I think that's as far up as I can go, and I think I got all the questions answered. Not a lot came into the live chat today. The Sky RD model that came with Crimson Trace optic. What about it? I've never owned Sky. They never gave me a gun. So, no, that's not who it's from. I will say it's from over in the old country. The old country. But I'll tell y'all on YouTube, or not YouTube, Patreon Subscribe Star, I'll put a post up over there and let y'all participate in a poll. But that's it. That's all the questions. Let me make sure I got all the emails. I think so. Yes, I got all that. Yes, I got all this. Now remember, tomorrow we're going to do the no FUD zone. So come on in, ready for the no FUD zone. Just Googled it. It was a modified Falcon. What are they talking about? A Ford Falcon? What are they talking about? What are they talking about the Ford Falcons for? I like the Falcons. Oh, in the Mad Max. Okay. I like those were heavily modified. But I like the Falcons. Oh, speaking of cars, I refinished the Cadence hood scoop. Let's see, where's the picture? Winder. If you remember, when he got the car, It had really glossy black stripes, which for some reason they had cut high and then continued down onto the bumper, which didn't look good. And it had a black hood scoop on it. The one from the factory, I think, was actually black. And then we changed it to matte black stripes that cut at the end of the hood and don't go onto the bumper, because I don't like it when they go on the bumper. It looks too busy. And I painted the cleaned up and painted the hood scoop to where it's now the Wind Veil blue, like his car is. Wind Veil blue, I think is what it's called. So looks a lot nicer. It's all glossy and blue now. It's not connected. It's not attached right there in that picture. I got to still attach it. The instructions are weird. I don't know, but I wanted to show everybody that before we leave. But he's up in Seattle right now, so he's not helping me with any of this. But thanks everybody for coming. I do appreciate it, especially those who donated to the Toy Guns for Tots, especially those that went above and beyond tonight to make it a big night. I appreciate it. I think we made I think we'll be taking home over $700 tonight, counting sales and stuff. So thanks everybody. If we did that every day, imagine how much we make. But first nights are usually big. But thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Thank everybody for donating and helping support Toy Guns for Tots. We'll be doing it again this year, and hopefully it'll be our biggest year yet. Otherwise, thanks everybody. We'll still do the drawing for last night's knife giveaway later once I know what knives are available after the last winner lets me know, who still hasn't answered his email. So if you're out there, Abe, if anybody sees Abe Hilly, make sure to tell him to answer the email and choose his knife. But and everybody else be back on the 5th at least for the drawing for the double super secret. It's closed now, so no more entries into that. So that'll be given away on the 5th, along with the other stuff we give away on the 5th normally. So be ready for that. Show up. I'll see y'all later. Until tomorrow. Remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.